Carol, how you give the voodoo dog time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.
Who gonna carry the baby? Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I'll drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or fuck discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out. Look how I just bossed it out. Now come on, baby, why you bugging? We can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no, I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss Brat Loves Judy Season 2 Episode 7. Who gonna carry the baby? That's the question. Who is gonna carry the baby, girl? We still trying to figure that out, but we'll get to it. Let's get started. So the episode opens up. Judy is out there clearing out the cupboard. Girl, it ain't nothing but bad snacks all over the place. Judy said it all got to go. She got a trash bag. And my only question to you, Judy, is you gonna give it away or is you gonna throw it away? Because they got a lot of hungry people down there in Atlanta that could use some of that. But anyway, Brat walks in and she was like, what the hell is you doing? And Judy was like, girl, I bought you some new snacks. I'm throwing all these out. We got all the good ones that's going to help you get on your weight loss journey because I need you to carry this baby. I mean, I know you got an album and all that, and I want to help with that, but this is more or less about you carrying the baby versus me. So I'm about to help you get where you need to be to carry the baby. And again, it leaves the question, who going to carry the baby? I'm still trying to figure it out. But Brat hollers, well, where my fruit snacks? What the hell is you doing? Judy said, girl, I got some low-calorie fruit snacks. They like, 5 calories a pack. You good. Don't worry about it. I got you. But Brat ain't here for it. Brat like her snacks the way she like her snacks. It is what it is. But basically, Judy said she prepping for the diet for Brat because she knows she need it for her music and then also for the pregnancy. We need my girl ready to go ahead on and carry. You know what I'm saying? All the old hoes doing it in Hollywood. Why can't Brat? That's what she's saying. But Judy started throwing away all the stuff and basically said, girl, look, I got some fiber bars for you and all that stuff. And this prompts Brat to say, girl, look, I'm already shitting like crazy. Why would you put all this fiber stuff in there? I don't need no extra help. So Brat get in her doggone confessional and say, look, I'm already going to the bathroom 15 million times a day. Why would this girl put doggone fiber stuff in my doggone diet? I don't need no more fiber because the tea really works. Apparently, that's what she's saying. But she said she struggled because she like to get the stuff she want. Like, she'll be on the tea and doing good, but if she passed by McDonald's, she gonna get her number one. I'm not saying that's what she said, but that's what I gathered from it. Okay? So Brat was like, girl, all right, whatever. So Brat goes to pour her a drink out of this unnamed bottle. And Judy was like, what the hell are you doing? She said, oh, it's white. Turns out it's brown. Judy said, is that your Hennessy? And she hollers, no, it's brown tequila. Brat, we don't believe you. Girl, everything you do is surrounded around Hennessy. You pop that girl upside the head with the Hennessy bottle. We don't believe you drinking no brown tequila. But she claimed that's what she's doing. But I'm like, girl, But Brat's whole thing is, listen, growing up, you had to finish your food before you got from by the table. I get it. Because I know from my house, we couldn't get up after not finishing all our food. It was to the point where I don't even drink in between meals to this day because I couldn't drink to fill myself because I had to finish my plate. So that has an adverse effect when it comes to real life and adult life. So Brat finishes all her food. Like she said, she stop everything up with a biscuit and finish it all before she get up from the table. It's a learned behavior that black families and black people has adopted. So then Judy was like, girl, let me throw away this liquor. Because you doing too much. So now, Brat was like, no, don't throw away my liquor. Judy was like, girl, what did you eat yesterday? And she said, well, I had a salad. Eating. Come to find out, Judy was like, I heard you eating on some salt and vinegar chips last night. Now, Brat's whole thing is, girl, if you saw it last night, why didn't you say nothing? Why would you wait till today to say something about me eating on salt and vinegar chips? Listen, dill pickle chips, salt and vinegar chips, it don't matter. The point is, Brat, you was cheating on the diet. That's what it was. You was cheating. And like Judy said, like, girl, you can't do that. You got to get yourself right because I ain't trying to carry this baby. Judy ends up taking the food out, and again, I'm hoping she's dropping it off at a doggone homeless shelter. But basically, Brat says, I'm going to do what I want to do. And she sneaks some yoga. Girl, go ahead and do what you got to do. We move to the next scene. Judy FaceTime Roger, that's this director, and she's talking about she want to gift Brat with the video shoot for her new album. But Roger's whole thing was like, girl, look, I get it, but don't you think as a creative, I know we're working with music artists, like, you don't think we should talk to Brat before we just go out on a limb? And Judy was like, well, it's a surprise, and if I told her, she wouldn't say no, or she would say no, I'm sorry. So I didn't want to do that, but I'm glad that he was able to identify that, look, we need to talk to the creator about the creative. Like, we can't just jump out the window like that. But Judy's whole thing is, look, the girls are saying he is very expensive, and he is. But what I do know is his work is impeccable. So I'm going to pay for what I want, and I got the money. So I'm going to surprise my girl with all the stuff. But the dude was like, look, I'm with it and I'm with you, but we should probably consult Brat before we jump out the window and with all these ideas and all that stuff. Because Judy was like, girl, look, go back, make you some ideas, come back and give them to me. But he was like, it ain't like that with music artists. And it's really not like that with any artist, but I'm glad he was able to recognize that and bring it up to Judy. So then he goes, you don't think we should talk to her about it? And then Judy was like, yeah, I do. But I just know that, you know, if I do, I don't want her to think that it's an issue. Like, I want her to really feel like I'm doing this for her as a gift. It ain't nothing personal. Anyway, let's move on. We move to the next scene. Brat is preparing for motherhood, girl, with a fake baby in the studio. Brat is in the studio with a baby that keep crying, that you can't put down. And the dude walks in, the engineer, I don't remember his name, but he walks in and was like, what the hell are you doing? And she said, well, I'm preparing for motherhood because I got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? But the dude was like, I mean, do you really know what all this entails? Like, at the end of the day, you don't just have a baby and go back to work. Like, it entails a lot. He says, hell, when he had his son, his whole life stopped. Like, he had to literally stop and make sure everything was straight for his kid or his son or whatever it was. Brat's whole thing is, I get it, you know, but I feel like I'm going to get my time off from Dish Nation. They're going to give me some pregnancy leave. And he said, how much you think that is? Girl, when she said a year, I said, you could tell you ain't never been in that type of situation. Boy said, look, you got 6 weeks and you got to get your ass back to work. Okay? So now Judy's whole thing is, you right, but, you know, I need to set up a plan to where I can be a good mother to the child. And then also not leave the baby with Judy because, hell, she just as busy as I am. And that's what the dude said. Hell, both of y'all busy. Who gonna be taking care of this child? Girl, we still don't know who took care of Deja. Quiet as it's kept. I'm just saying. But she said, look, I get it, but I'm going to do it because my friends, all my old hoes that's friends, they all had babies and they did it. So I'm going to do it. I'm with you, Brat. Go ahead on and do it because you know what? If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. So the baby starts crying, and she was like, oh, Lord, I think I need to change a diaper. And he said a diaper, and the baby keep crying and crying and crying. Girl, turn around, Judy threw the baby at the boy and said, I'm tired of this shit. He caught the baby and was like, listen, this is what you got to get used to. Like, it ain't all glitz and glamour like you think it is, but you need to figure out a game plan. So she was like, I know I do, but he ended up throwing the baby back to her. Like, get your child. That's what's going to happen in real life. But Brad's whole thing is, I want everything mapped out so that I don't have to worry about this. Unless you hire nannies, fat, you're going to be in the studio breastfeeding. We move to the next scene. Judy and Jasha go to Sally's. Because I guess Sally's is honoring Judy and her products and saying, hey, girl, you great. We want to honor you. So Jasha set up her whole, like, display or whatever the case may be. And Judy walks in and noticed that everything is perfect. She loves it. She was just like, this is so great. I'm so here for it. And she was like, at this point, Jasha can't fail. So apparently Judy sees something in Jasha that Jasha doesn't see in herself. Or maybe she does and just doesn't have the foot to move forward. But she was like, at this point, she can't fail. And she's super proud of her. But Judy basically says she's living in the moment. And she recognizing that people say you can't have love and then have all these other things. And it's bullcrap. You can have them all. Because she's literally a witness of having all of that. But she feel like being placed on a large platform is kind of surreal. And she said she remember when she was doing hair out of her house. Now, I don't remember Judy doing hair out of her house. But I do remember being in high school. And Judy and that girl she was with, was doing hair out the plaza. That's the mall. They had a little store in the mall. The girl was a little stud cutting hair, or whatever the case may be. And Judy was in there doing hair. Because I remember my homegirl brought her son to get a haircut from the girl. If you know what I mean. But anyway, she walked around the store remembering stuff she used to buy. And the girl Jaisha was like, well, do you miss it? And she was like, no, because the reason I'm here where I am is because of that place. Like, I don't miss it. It brought me where I need to be. Jaisha then goes on to say, well, how did you deal with all that with children and all that stuff? Because I got a little young kid and I don't want to really mess my child up, but I want to be able to be a mother and basically do all we need to do. So then Judy's response is, listen, make intentional time. God makes time for it, so you got to make time for it. You got to follow your dream and all that stuff. Make intentional time. Well, according to Deja said you wasn't them. I'm just saying. But she's saying make intentional time. Judy also said when God say otherwise, other than what the people are saying, you got to follow that. And she said she found out her perfect work-life balance was, you know, her dealing with work and having to deal with her kids. But hell, some of the time she wouldn't see her kids because she'd have to drop them off and do this, that, and the third. But it's got her where she is today. The point I'm getting out of this is it's all a sacrifice. At the end of the day, if you want to be a mogul like Judy, unfortunately, I'll say that, you're going to risk something. Rather it be your family, your children, or whatever it is, you're going to miss something. But basically, she said she had to do what she had to do to get where she is. And Jaisha understands it. Judy then goes on to say, when God gives you a vision, you can't share it with nobody. Not even the people you laid up with. Meaning your nickel, you know, your friends. You just got to follow what God gives you as a vision and then trust it. And then just go with it. I think that was a really good piece of advice. Because I found, even with my friends and people that I know, when you share your visions with people, it kind of like takes away because people don't believe in you. That's just my opinion. But I get what Judy is saying. You got to just follow it. Don't say nothing. Let it manifest. And then you speak about it. Don't speak about it prior to. I believe in that. I deal with it all my life. Jaisha starts to cry and was like, look, I'm from a place where you from, and to see you manifest and do all the things that you're doing is very inspiring. And I love that. I absolutely love that. First of all, Judy hiring people from the house, me in New Orleans. And then number two, that you get people to look at you and say, man, that's crazy. I'm watching you do so much. I feel like I can do it as well. If Judy sees something in Jaisha, and I hope I'm saying her name correctly, but if Judy sees something in Jaisha, I feel like Jaisha's going to be very, very great. I mean, at the end of the day, she's doing great things with Judy as far as her setups and all that stuff. I think Jaisha should really look in that. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Brat and Judy is working out doing squats and whatnot with a trainer. But Brat's struggling. Girl, Brat look over at Judy and Judy is doing her thing. But like Brat said, girl, I'm different. Judy could just change her doggone diet and lose weight. Girl, I got to get out here and work out. It's different. I need my accountability partner. So after the girl goes off to get some more weights, Brat pulls Judy aside and was like, listen, are you going to be my accountability partner and basically make sure I'm doing what I need to do because I really need to get fit for what it is I'm trying to do. Judy's whole thing is, well, why you need me? Like, you good. You can handle it independently. But I'm thinking, Judy, when has she ever handled anything independently? I ain't trying to go in on Brat too much, but I'm just saying. But she said she needs Judy to motivate her to lose her weight. Plus, she going to be able to carry it, or she need to be able to carry it. So I really need your help. So now Judy was just like, listen, I really wanted her to carry to get the experience so that she can know what it feels like for the baby inside of her and build a bond with the baby. So if that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do. But she said, I'm willing to carry if need be. Well, girl, need be is here. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Judy calls Little Tissue. That's what I'm going to call her. That's the girl who work in her back of the house, the warehouse. Judy calls Letitia, and Letitia was like, girl, what is it that you want? And at that moment, I said, girl, who's the boss and who's the worker? So Judy was like, girl, I was just calling to see what you're doing. Letitia said, girl, I got all kind of stuff going on. I'm behind on orders. I got all these things to pack. I got phone calls to make, girl. What? So Judy said, I'm going to come down there. She said, but look, if you coming down here to play, don't come. I need help. If you're not coming down here to help, I don't need you to come. And it was in that moment I said, she must be a family member. Tissue, how do you get the nerve and the audacity to talk to your boss the way you talking to her? Because see, where I work at, my ass would have been fired. I'm just saying, where I work at, I would have been fired. I wouldn't have had no job after I told my boss, come on down and help me. If you ain't coming, don't come. I'm just saying. But basically, Letitia's whole thing is, I can't be here to entertain you. You either coming to work or you're not. So Judy was like, entertain me? And before Judy could say another word, girl, the phone went bloop, bloop, bloop. And I don't have an iPhone, so I'm going to assume that means she hung up. Girl, Judy said, did this have to hang up on me? Did. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Brat is calling down there to the fertility clinic because she want to make an appointment. She want to make sure she can be the person to carry and all that stuff. And see, this is where my eyes started squinting, right? Why would you feel like you can't carry? I get it, you old and all that whatnot, but what's really going on? So the lady was like, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to make an appointment for you and your partner. And Brat said, skirt, pause. This ain't for me and her. This just for me. I need to know that I can carry before I bring her down here because I want to make sure she's, I'm confident going into this meeting. And in that moment, I said, Brad, do you know something we don't? But anyway, the lady make the appointment, girl. You got to be down there at 3:30 on Wednesday. Make sure you're there. Not late, but early. We move to the next scene. Brad want to have a conversation with Judy about what the hell going on now that they married. She got a whole PowerPoint and all that stuff set up. And Brad was like, listen, girl, I really do all the work around this house. I'm going to need your help. Judy was like, what you mean? I help you, girl. What is you saying? She said, no, you don't. She said, especially with the dogs, I pick up all the poop. She said, hell, you'll see some poop and walk right past it. But I'm with Judy. Judy was like, girl, we rich. People like us have estate managers. Why would I have to pick up anything? Shouldn't. Girl, when you work that type of hard, girl, you shouldn't have to do all that. She said, girl, we rich. We shouldn't have to do all that. But Brat basically said, listen, you don't pick up the shit. I pick it up. And Judy denies it. And she said, you know what? Next time I'm going to videotape this so you can see it for yourself. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Brat pull up to Judy at Kaleidoscope. So Brat pull up to Judy at Kaleidoscope because she thinks that she's going in there for a meeting, but the whole time, Judy has a surprise for Brat. All surprises ain't good. That's all I'm going to say. But she said it's a surprise, and then Brat comes in and see everybody and was like, well, what are we doing here? Basically, Judy's like nervous because she's like, I don't want her to feel like I'm trying to like take over and then I just see it as me jump-starting her career. She used to have all these people work for her and do all these things and book all these things. I want to book this doggone video shoot. So Brat sits down and then Judy basically says, look, this is what we got. And we got the top 5 songs. I've already talked to the people. Everything's good. I know one is the TikTok song and one is the doggone Nivea song. And might I add, I am here for Miss Nivea. So whatever the song is, I don't give a damn if y'all yodeling on the song. Go and listen to it. Play it on repeat. Go and do that just because of Nivea. I mean, Brad, you still a legend, but I'm just saying. Go and play it because of Nivea. But Brad's whole thing is, girl, I'm not even finished on my music. Like, why would you jump out the window and just feel like you could just jump in my lane? Because like Brad said, this is my lane, not yours. I don't jump in the kaleidoscope stuff. Let me do the music. You do the hair. That's basically where Brad is with it. And I'm with it. I understand why she feels the way she feels. But she said they're not done yet. And Judy gets extra nervous because of that. So she was like, Brad said, so this is not a kaleidoscope meeting. I'm like, Brad, are you slow? Are you turtle? You know it ain't no damn kaleidoscope meeting. But anyway, basically Brad feels like she loves Judy and Judy loves to surprise her. She all here for it. But at certain things, or with certain things, especially her craft, which is her music, let her handle it. Let her handle it. She got it, fed. So now the producer dude, the director dude was like, look, do you want to just get the songs and come back to me later so we can figure out what the hell's going on? And Judy was like, yeah, let's just do that. Because, I mean, I know y'all ready to film, but I still got some other stuff that I need to film and, deal with music. So now the dude was like, okay, cool. Well, when do you think y'all going to be ready? Judy said the last weekend of the month. Brett said, heifer, I still got to lose weight. You can't jump on no photo shoot and no doggone video shoot just looking all any kind of way. But Brad was like, girl, you going to be good. And she was like, what you going to have me flipping tires in the yard? How you going to get me to lose the weight I need to lose to do this doggone video? See, this is my opinion. Judy, you coming from a great place. I love you for that. But I feel like when it comes to people's craft, it's different. Like, Brad knows what she needs to look like. The last time we seen Brad as a girl was what you like. a whole lot of Tyrese. That's what she's trying to be before she jump in front of the cameras. Judy, I get it. But she said, you know, you're doing a lot. That feels like it's a lot of pressure on Brat. Like Brat said, you're doing a lot, but you're doing too much at the same damn time. Girl, look, I get it. I appreciate the gesture. You're so supportive. I love you for it. But let me do the music thing and you do the hair thing. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't even realize Brat be having Judy in on the hair thing. I ain't know. But anyway, they walk outside and Brat was like, listen, I love you, fat. And Judy was like, I get it, but do you think I'm doing too much? She was like, no, I love you and the fact that you're supporting me. But girl, let me do the music thing. You're doing too much. Let me do my own thing. So Judy was like, I get it. And then Brat says, do you feel like this is a issue because you feel like I procrastinate? Is that why you're doing all of this? Judy was like, no, I would never think that. But getting her confessional was like, girl, look, procrastination is a part of Brat. That's who she is. So, yeah, that's why I did it. Like Brat said, you are you, I am me. And with that being said, there are things that you do that works for you, and there are things that I do that work for me. So if I'm a procrastinator, apparently it has worked somehow, some way in the past. I don't believe that. I feel like Jermaine Dupri, aka JD, was on your ass and he ain't play that shit. That's what I think. But let's move on. We move to the next scene. Judy arrives to the warehouse down there by the girl who had all the attitude and hung up on her. And the girl was like, girl, what is you doing here? And she was like, is you coming to work? Like, what? Why are you here? Like, what do you need? So Judy was like, girl, look, it's been a long time. You know, I'm here, you know, to help you or whatever it is you need to be. And she was like, okay, cool. Go over here to this table and start packaging up these packages. So then Judy was like, girl, I don't even remember how to do it. And like the girl said, girl, you ain't done this shit in so long, you don't even remember how to do it. I ain't got this type of time. I got a lot of stuff going on. And it would be so much better if I had the forklift. But that prompts Judy to look over and see 8 but 12 packages left. Judy was like, what you need the forklift for if you ain't got enough packages? What is going on? Oh, see, what had happened was, yeah, I might not have enough packaging because, you know, shipping is a mug. But I got enough to fill up Sally's. Like Judy said, girl, look, I signed the contracts. I have the meetings with these folks. If I ain't got the stuff to fill up these people's orders and what they need, it looks bad on me. So now Judy is tripping, as you should, because you need to have these people's stuff. Judy says she always practiced good business, and the fact that she don't have the stuff to give to everybody is really like messing with her. But then old girl hollers, yeah, but you know, we got enough Miracle Drops. That's a good thing. Do you have the shampoos and the conditioners and the grease and the gel that the people ask for? That's what I want to know. Because, see, I'm just saying, it's bigger than just the doggone drops. Judy gets in there in her confessional and say, listen, I am panicking. And I typically don't tell Brat about my panic because I'm at a level 3, but Brat be at a level 12. I normally tell her after I done figured it out. So she don't want to tell Brat that basically they ain't got no product. Well, girl, join, who that was? Join, Kenya Moore Hair Care. They ain't got no product neither. Y'all all must get y'all stuff from China. Where's the chemist? That's all I'm asking. Let's move on. We move to the last scene. Brat calls Bella, and for the life of me, I don't understand why we don't know what happened to the doggone truck. I get it. It's some real shit going on with your relationship, but what happened to the doggone truck? Why is you calling Bella like Bella ain't wrecked your truck? Somebody out there in the world let me know. You asking all the wrong questions. What happened to the truck? I need to know. I'm sorry, I need to know. But anyway, Brat goes off and tell her, like, look, I got bad news. I went down there to the doctor. He said I got fibroid cyst or something in her tubes or whatever the case may be, and I ain't going to be able to carry. He feel like Judy should be the one to carry over me. So look at Bella. Well, how did you know? Did you take tests? No, heifer. He thought about it and conjured it up like Raven from That's So Raven and said, I don't think you'll be able to test. Girl, get out of here. What you think they did? Just guessed it? Bella, what happened to the call? What happened to the call? Because see, now you just asking stupid questions, and now I want to ask a real question. What happened to the call? Because, Bella, but again, it ain't my stuff, it's theirs. I'm going to let it ride. So Brat was just like, listen, yeah, he took the test. I seen the test. The people is saying I can't carry. They recommend that my partner carry. Now she's super distressed and bumped out and depressed. Girl, Brat, I ain't gonna lie. Something in me tell me you knew you couldn't carry no baby before you got up there. I don't know. I could be negative. I could be wrong. But that's what the people and the ancestors is telling me on the inside of my head. But she's sitting up there acting like she's super depressed and she wanted to experience having a baby because it was going to be Judy's egg inside of her, so it would have had a part of both of them. She would have got to experience what it feels like to have a baby shoot out your cooch. I'm letting you know it ain't the best of times, but either way, she wanted to experience it. But now that the fact that she can't experience it, she is dumbfounded and lost and don't know where she gonna be. She was once lost and still ain't found. Girl, she's scared to tell Judy, you gonna have to carry the baby. Girl, just adopt a child at this point. Ain't got nothing to do with blood. Adopt a child. They got so many adopted kids that need good homes. You guys have a wonderful home. Y'all are wonderful homemakers. I feel like adoption would be great. That's just my opinion. I mean, but again, I'm not trying to adopt no kids. But if you needed one, I'm just saying, because like Brat said, both of y'all busy. Like the dude said, both of y'all busy. Who is going to have time to carry a baby? And I know Judy out here saying she 40, but who going to carry the baby? That's all we want to know. Who is going to carry the baby? Anyway, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode of Brat Loves Judy. Who going to carry the baby? I'm still at the same question from the beginning of the doggone episode. Girl, just adopt. I'm just saying. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you hoes later. Bye.